Welcome to this edition of the SKNIS Week in Review, where we take a look at the highlights of government activities and programs over the past week. In this program, we focus on the period August 18th to the 24th. Coming up, the official calendar of activities for Independence 34 launched. International Maritime Organization wraps up workshop for port and flag state inspectors. Crime statistics for past 6 months show decline. And Prime Minister Dr. Harris says CPL tournament has been a wonderful opportunity for the Federation. These and more ahead. Thank you for joining us. My name is Jacqueline Bryan. A wide range of activities spanning the month of September are planned for this year's 34th anniversary of independence celebrations. The official calendar of events was launched on Friday, August 18th. The 2017 theme, Youth, Vision, Integrity, Securing Our Nation's Prosperity, highlights this year's focus on youth and youth development. The Honorable Senator Wendy Phipps is the chairperson of the Planning Committee for the 2017 Independence celebrations. She spoke about the approach taken in planning this year's celebrations during a press conference organized by the committee on Friday, August 18th.
As has been the practice for several years, we have decided not to confine the independence activities to that small pocket of dates surrounding September 19th, our anniversary date, but rather to spread out the activities throughout the entire month, thereby allowing for more participation, greater sensitization of our people towards the importance of independence and patriotism, love of country, and also at the same time to give space on the calendar to non-governmental agencies who want to and have traditionally participated in independence.
Major events include the commemoration of the 5 national heroes of the Federation. This occasion is expected to be even more special this year, as it marks the first time the event will be held in the National Heroes Park with the new monuments of the nation's most prominent contributors. National Heroes Day is celebrated on September 16th annually. Also, Independence Day, observed on September 19th, will feature the traditional Independence Day Parade. The Independence State Service is slated for September 17th in Nevis, and the Prime Minister's Independence Lecture Series will be held on September 13th. To help you keep track of all the activities, the official calendar of events for the 34th anniversary of independence of St. Kitts and Nevis has been posted on the St. Kitts and Nevis Information Service website at sknis.kn. An International Maritime Organization or IMO regional workshop on flag and port state inspections came to a close this past week. Over 20 flag and port state inspectors from maritime departments across the region attended. It was held at the Ocean Terrace Inn in St. Kitts and ran from Monday, August 21st to Friday, August 25th. Areas covered included the latest key developments at the IMO, global integrated shipping systems, and port state certification procedures and activities. The important role of flag and port state inspectors was reinforced by McLean Hobson, Director of the Department of Maritime Affairs in St. Kitts and Nevis. He said that most Caribbean states are flag states and operate a ship registry, which made them responsible for the safety of the ships on the registry in compliance with the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Seas. In addition to the UN Convention on the Law of the Seas, Mr. Hobson added that the IMO would have adopted a number of other international maritime conventions regarding the safety and security of shipping and the protection of the marine environment.
On most of these conventions, you, in your capacity as flag and port state inspectors, are responsible for enforcing them. Some of them, we all must admit, is very technical in nature. And that is why I am particularly pleased with the work of IMO in the region to sustain workshops like these, where flag state inspectors can update their knowledge and share their experiences and at the same time interact with Port State inspectors who carry out a similar function, only that this function is carried out on foreign vessels.
The High Command of the St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force hosted a press conference on Thursday, August 24th, at which the Commissioner reported that the crime statistics as of August 22nd showed that there has been a decline in the number of reported incidents and an improvement in the rate of detection. This is especially so in the case of serious crimes when compared to the corresponding period last year. Commissioner of Police Ian Quealy outlined several initiatives that the police force has undertaken to curb crime, including recruiting new officers, special combined operations, training in several areas, and community policing.
As we enter the last few months of 2017, you will see greater community engagement by our officers, and this has been identified as a crucial element of our new focus. And we will engage community groups, churches, schools, and the community at large in efforts to build stronger partnership in preventing and addressing crime and other antisocial behavior. So out of that, we will see a selected team of dedicated officers who will be on a constant basis engaging the community. We want to have that balance of the hard approach and the soft approach, and we think that this is a very essential part of it. And so you will continue to see increased police and resident interactions in the communities they serve. Community patrols, visit to the neighborhoods, the village shops in the village, the schools, the ball fields, the playing courts, and all of those will again be the common site in our communities for police engagement.
Commissioner of Police Ian Quealy. As part of the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force's efforts to encourage members of the public to consider a career as a police officer, the organization hosted a career fair on Friday, August 18th on Bank Street. Hundreds of persons were able to view the displays at various booths, including those of the Tactical Unit, the Crime Scene Unit, the Traffic Department, and the Investigative Units. Highlights of the event were demonstrations by the K9 unit in which mock searches for guns were staged and takedowns of suspects were performed. In addition to the work of the police, persons also learned more about the technical training and academic opportunities that are available in various fields. The agency's Force Personnel Officer, Clifford Govire, coordinated the event. While there, he made a special appeal to persons to join the force and noted that similar initiatives to take place in the near future to maintain the momentum generated at the career fair would be announced shortly.
We have now expanded tremendously. We now have areas such as crime scene, where youngsters who are in their subjects such as the natural sciences, they do not have to become doctors. They can literally lend their skills to the development of the police organization, because things like crime scene require these things. We also know that crime is changing. A lot of it has to do with computers and other things. So we are encouraging people with their BA in business, for instance. You can come and join the Financial Intelligence Unit because you can make a big difference in that area.
Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force Personnel Officer, Clifford Govire. 61 serving, retired and resigned members of the St. Kitts Nevis Defence Force, or SKNDF, were named for the Queen's Diamond Jubilee Medal in recognition of their long and outstanding service. The medals were presented by the Deputy Governor General, His Excellency Michael Morton, CBE JP, to those present during the Basic Military Course number 19 Passing Out Parade on August 17th. The Queen's Diamond Jubilee Medal was established in 2012 to commemorate 60 years of reign by Britain's Her Majesty the Queen, Elizabeth II. It is presented to persons who are currently serving, retired, or resigned from the military, police, prison, and emergency forces, having served a minimum of 15 years on or before February 6, 2012. The date marked the 60th anniversary of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II's accession to the throne. At previous ceremonies, officers of the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force, the Fire and Rescue Services, and Her Majesty's Prison had also received awards for their service to the country. St. Kitts and Nevis has been having an active off-peak season this year, with passenger cruise ships continuing to make calls to the island. Most recently, the Adventure of the Seas, which belongs to the Royal Caribbean International Fleet, and the Carnival Fascination from the Carnival Cruise Line docked at Port Zante on Friday, August 18th. The two ships have a combined capacity of over 6,000 passengers. Minister of Tourism, the Honorable Lindsay Grant, highlighted the calls also made by Royal Caribbean International's Harmony of the Seas, which is the largest cruise ship in the world. It made its sixth and final call to St. Kitts for the 2016 to 2017 cruise season on Wednesday, August 16th. The St. Kitts tourism off-peak season generally runs from May to September. Minister Grant said that it was the ministry's hope for ships to continue to visit St. Kitts and Nevis during that period. Young people in St. Kitts and Nevis, particularly those pursuing tertiary level education in hospitality, tourism management, or a related field, are being encouraged to register for an upcoming tourism conference that will explore climate change and sustainable tourism development. It will also include a look at best practices based on local and regional developments. The suggestion was made on this week's edition of the radio program Working for You, which featured representatives from the Ministry of Tourism, who shared information about the Climate Smart Sustainable Tourism Forum slated for September 6th to the 8th. The conference will explore solutions for climate change that take into account adaptation and mitigation strategies. The ministry's Assistant Secretary, Dianelle Taylor-Williams, said that officials are hoping for a good representation of young people.
They're also the innovators. And we need that in tourism, especially as a small destination. We don't have the land space as some other destinations, but we can create the experience that is felt in an even bigger country through technology and innovation.
Yes.
And that is what we want. They have the ideas. So that is what we are relying on.
Assistant Secretary in the Ministry of Tourism, Dianelle Taylor-Williams. The St. Kitts and Nevis leg of the 2017 Caribbean Premier League 2020 tournament, also known as CPL T20, wrapped up on Wednesday with the local franchise, the St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots, batting, bowling, and fielding its way to second place. The team won 5 of its 8 matches. They lost 2 of them, and one of the matches was classified as no result. The performance of the team, captained by star Chris Gale, has earned the squad a spot in the playoffs, the first time in the franchise's 3-year history. There was a festive atmosphere at the Warner Park in Basseterre as fans turned out in their numbers with lots of spirit for the 4 local matches held on August 18th, 19th, 21st, and 23rd. During a live interview at the final game, Prime Minister Dr. the Honorable Timothy Harris said that the CPL had been a wonderful opportunity for people to visit St. Kitts and Nevis, enjoy its best, and have a good time. Viewership for the tournament in 2016 was a record 134 million persons, with growth in several markets, including the United Kingdom, the United States, India, Sub-Saharan Africa, Australia, and the Middle East. Those numbers are expected to rise in 2017. That concludes this edition of the Week in Review. Thank you for watching, and be sure to join us next week.